Hello everyone, hope all of you are doing well. Through this video, we shall discuss a new chapter, that is interrogative sentences. In fact, in this chapter, we learn how to convert assertive sentences or affirmative sentences into interrogative sentences. Before we move further, let us know first what is an interrogative sentence. An interrogative sentence is a sentence that asks questions, and at the end of the sentence we use a question mark. But before we go into the details of how to convert assertive sentences into interrogative sentences, first thing that we have to know is that there are 24 auxiliary or helping verbs in English which you have to learn. As you can see in the screen, the names of all the auxiliary verbs have been listed below, and another one table is given where we get to know what is first person singular number, what is second person singular number, and what is third person singular number. Along with that, we also get to know the plural numbers of first person, second person, and third person. So these two things you have to uh, learn by heart, otherwise it won't be possible for you to convert assertive sentences to interrogative sentences correctly. Now let us discuss the steps that we have to follow while converting assertive sentences to the interrogative sentences. Now first talk about the sentences with auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. At times we also call that be verbs. So the first step that we have to do is that we have to find the auxiliary verb. Once we find that auxiliary verb, we just have to bring that auxiliary verb at the beginning of the sentence and write the sentence as it is and put a question mark at the end of the sentence, and we are done. Now we will also get sentences without auxiliary verb. What to do then? Let us see the steps for that. First step, if there is no auxiliary verb, what you will do is that you will find the main verb. Once you find the main verb, you will identify the tense of the main verb, whether it is in present tense or past tense. If the given sentence is in present tense, you have two options which you will have to use, either do or does, and that depends on the subject. If the subject of the sentence is third person singular number, you have to use does, and if it is anything other than third person singular number, you have to use do. And if your main verb is in past tense, you have to use the word did. So the fourth step is that you have to write that whichever you have decided, whether it will be do, does, or did, you will write it at the beginning of the sentence, and you have to bring the main verb in its original form or V1 form. So for example, if in the sentence S is the, if in the main verb and S or ES or IES is added, or D or ED is added, you have to remove that and you have to write it in its base form or original form or V1 form. And at the end, don't forget to put the question mark. So comparatively, if we see uh, converting assertive sentences to interrogative sentences is easier when there is an auxiliary verb in the sentence. When there is no auxiliary verb, the procedure gets a bit lengthy. Now let us see some solved examples. On your left side, you will see sentences in assertive sentences, and on your right side we have the interrogative version of the same sentence. Look at the first sentence. He is a lawyer. It's a pretty easy one. Is an auxiliary verb. So what we have done is that we have brought it at the beginning of the sentence and we are done. Is he a lawyer? We have made it interrogative. In the second sentence also we have an auxiliary verb, that is was. So we have to bring it at the beginning of the sentence. Was my mother reading a novel? Then the third one also, it has an auxiliary verb were. So your answer would be were they tired? Now in the fourth sentence, we do not have any auxiliary verb. So what we have to do is that we have to find the main verb. Here the main verb is likes. Likes, it is in present tense. Since S is added to the main verb, it indicates that it is in present tense. Now the question is that whether we will use do or does. Now Seema, it's the name of a girl, so which means it is a third person singular number. So with third person singular number we have to use does. So your answer would be does Seema like. Like I said that we have to write the verb in its original form or base form. No s, es or ies should be added then. So does Shima like ice cream? Now the next sentence, they go to the market every day. Again, go, the main verb. So this is in present tense. Now, since it is in present tense, now we have to decide whether we have to use do or does, and it depends on the subject of the sentence. What is the subject of the sentence here? They. They is third person plural number. So for third person plural number, we have to use do. So your answer would be do they go to the market every week? And the last example you see, Virat scored a century. Now, scored, ed is there. It indicates that it is in past tense. So, if it is in past tense, we what we have to do is that we have to use did, and we have to bring the main verb in its original form. So the D is removed. Your answer would be did Virat score a century? Now have you noticed one thing, that uh, from question number 4 to 6, I mean 4, 5 and 6, all these sentences do not have any auxiliary verb. But what we have done here is that we have taken the help of the main verb to create the auxiliary verb, because if you see the list of auxiliary verbs you will see does, do and did all are auxiliary verbs. I hope you have understood the chapter. Thanks for watching.